This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hey guys, Terry Crews and Roy are back.
And this is the part of the second game of the Game 5 of the conference semifinals. But as the Eastern Conference comes to conclusion of the semifinals, we have one more game left here as we have the final two teams in a Western Conference.
That means the Oilers and the Golden Knights are ready to rematch things again, one last time in T-Mobile Arena.
And now for my last commentary partners here for game number 5, I have one of our great takes in, as we do have one more left. As we've got Paintbrush, and he's also along with the others, with James Cebulski and the third commentary of the crew. I give a warm welcome over. It's all you know what they change is the Lifetime, which is of course is Jay.
And in center ice, I do have one more left to give out to, and this time I'll have MePhone 11 to do everything what he did to show what's going on.
And now let's get prepared and see what's going on.
Golden Knights, Oilers, next on EA Sports. See you later, everybody, for the post-game show. It's the final game at T-Mobile Arena as both teams are ready for the one last puck drop for games 1 through 5 in the second round. Well, folks, here we are, the last part of the game in Vegas, as we're ready to kick things up to get ready for the puck drop. Along with my broadcast partner, along with the other crews, and this time I am Paintbrush. Let's see what we've got here for our final game of the regulation. As McDavid will start things off, he'll be flinging it over to Hyman, and he looks it over to Bouchard. Bouchard swings it over to McDavid, but outside, passes over to Bouchard. We'll send it over to McDavid. McDavid looks over to Ekholm. Ekholm looks over down to Bouchard as he looks over to Hyman. He'll swing that one out of the zone as Bouchard will now send it over to Ekholm. He gets bumped right behind the back, and it's rebounded by Ekholm. Right around net is Jeff Skinner. Skinner lost his balance, rebounded by Nicholas KQ. Rebound by Leon Draisaitl. You'll find it over to rebound to Kai. You'll get a first one in to start the goal for the Edmonton Oilers. It's Leon Draisaitl.
That's a great start afterwards. Looking to see this one with a great play. Now you got a great first goal for Leon Draisaitl. He's got 8 in the playoffs. Just look at how confident it happens with Leon Draisaitl. He makes an unstoppable force of making it, changing it over, and then right toward him the side of the net. I didn't think it was going to start that afterwards. I thought that was going to make it in there, but sometimes you just don't play it afterward. You really have to do for everything when you need to get there through.
Now here's Barbashev. He's right toward the wing as he gets that one cut, sliding back over it, and Klingberg goes down. No penalty on the Vegas Golden Knights. It's rebounded over to the Vegas Golden Knights. Here's a shot. Glove save by Skinner. Stopped by Nurse, and he will have it over now again to Klingberg. You'll give a chance to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl's got his first goal in the game, and now he's looking for 2 more to get his own goal, and then try to work his way up across. Here's another set to Klingberg. Klingberg will save it to Nugent Hopkins. He looks over to Klingberg. And toward the middle, Connor Corey Perry shot. Left save by Gill. He will cover it up with only 18 remaining in the first period. Now as they're ready to take on their next puck drop, 1-0 starts Edmonton Oilers. Now a win here for Brett Howden is he'll find it for Petrangelo. He'll kick it over right toward in the wing, and he'll find it over to Nicholas KQ again to Petrangelo. Petrangelo's right toward in the wing. End zone action. Stopped out by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Here's Kula. He'll send it on mark again to Anderson. He is tripped, and there'll be a first penalty that'll be signalized on the tripping for Mark Stone.
That back
Vegas,
start's gonna
number
make that
61,
field
2 minutes
the
for
worst
tripping.
state in the world. Mark Stone's really in the penalty box on that one with a bad start.
First penalty kill is on Vegas as the power play will start for the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers are going to get this one a great start, and this needs to get that one with a better drive. This one may be a real life-changing, and this is need to be
Vegas penalty. Number 61, 2 minutes for tripping. Time to penalty in the first period of the playoffs, 17 minutes, 59 seconds. That's 2-minute penalty for the Vegas Golden Knights. Mark Stone on number 61. Time of the penalty in the first period of the playoffs, 17:59. That means your Golden Knights are in the penalty kill.
Finds Bouchard from outside. He'll send it over to McDavid. McDavid loses that one. That's rebounded by Dorofiev, and you'll have that one cleared out. Evan Bouchard will keep it in here. Connor McDavid right around the net. He'll give it over to Zach Hyman. Hyman is passed over to get it to Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard
score for the Edmonton Oilers. His first goal of the game, 8th goal in the playoffs, score unassisted. Number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Time of the goal in the first period, 101. It's Leon Draisaitl, his 8th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game, unassisted by a team at 1 minute and 1 second in the playoffs.
Bouchard pass to Brown. Brown looks over to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins looks to Bouchard, and he'll now have it to Nugent Hopkins. One timer for Brown shot, saved by Gill. Stop and play with only 16:41 remaining in the first period, and only 46 seconds for the Oilers power play. The win here for the Vegas Golden Knights is now Brown. Will have it to Victor Arvidsson, and a cut of boundary. What a stop by Hill! Oh, he really made that one unsuddenly. The sudden move, he just tipped downwards to his side of his body. Yeah, that was really like perfectionary on the play. No one has ever seen like this here before. Adrian Hill made that one with a huge save. Went down from side to side. Now here's Adam Henrique. He will have it over to pass again at Matthias Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm looks over to Brown. Brown lost the angle, and Agee will have it again to Bertrangelo. Deep to zone, rebound by Nurse. Nurse sends it over to Henrique. Henrique gives it to Arvidsson. Timing is almost down to the end. Arvidsson. Pass to Henrique shot. Well, save made by Gill, and that'll end the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. They're 0-1 for the team as they're under 60 minutes remaining in the first.
This was a great start afterwards. When you're giving this one a great use of it, you just got a good Vegas and a good defending effort. That one sets it over to Leon Draisaitl and your teammate that they really have to try to keep it out the right amount of timing. This angle is not really the easy way to do for it, but let's say this. What's for real? What's the cost going to get? Nothing.
Klingberg gets broken up by McMahon. He will roll it over again over the Dorothy Esper, even Barbashev. Eichel, right to the middle. That one is stooped up, poked it up by Skinner. Here's a Seferilovson shot. What a save by Skinner! Oh, he made that one crazy enough looking angle, and he still holds things up with under 15:30 remaining. This is what happened with this kind of crazy play for Stuart Skinner, and he was really able to battle that one right across from Olofsson. He really has been keeping the stop on this one in the rage. And he makes that gloving snatch in to get that good effort. Teams are ready to kick on for another puck drop in the Edmonton territory. McDavid wins the faceoff as he gets to Klingberg the other way. Klingberg, deep pass to Hyman. Here's Hyman. He fires it. That save made by the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are back in offense as Noah Hanifin works his way down and across around the angle. And here's Arvidsson. In the can to Mark Stone. Here's a shot chance right into the range on a shot. Stop here as McDavid will get it over to Hyman. He's all alone. To Arvidsson. Well, save by Hill. 14:48 remaining in the first period. They'll hold things up to get their another puck drop ready. Great scores happen to be only once. There's no change to happen with this one paintbrush. You know what they really have to give it out. They just have to keep it moving again. Yeah, I definitely noticed about that one, James. And I'm really noticing that they've always been playing like this. But ever since they've been doing this for a lasting time, the moment will tap. More than the truth than anybody would know to keep that one out of the range, to keep things from going. This is the right idea to have that one and pass off the pass.
It's a really good idea. I mean, I know that's what Skinner and the teammates do.
They just really have been playing it off on their hard aggression. Yarmark will set over the right to Hopkins on a shot save on the play. It's rebounded by Yarmark. He'll kick the pad over and that's going to hit you. And Hill will cover it only 14:02 remaining in the first period to have another puck drop. So as for now, this will be the only two teams left to remain, as we will have it the last one to make the coverage game for the first one and then the second one. Big smackdown here as Emerson will now have it over again to Buckholzen. He's knocking down there really hard. Nothing was really going to change it in because this one is right up the gut. They're not really like shooting it off to a percentage. Brett Kulak stops him bounding with a fire shot range, glove saved by Gill, and will stop and freeze it from here with only 13:33 remaining in the first period. A lot of a line here as they'll be ready to be forced to regroup things in for next puck drop. Leon Draisaitl wins the face-off. He looks to Emerson, looks to Kulak. Kulak to Skinner, looks to Emerson. He'll give it to Perry. Perry back to Emerson again to Kulak. Kulak fires it. Save made on a play by Aiden Hill. Skinner will keep the rebound by Brett Kulak. Emerson, the pass to Kulak. Kulak fires. Save made by Hill. Back to Corey Perry. Perry looks at Emerson. Kulak shoots, save by Aiden Hill. He'll squeeze this puck in with only 13:01 remaining in the first period. Oh, this is like big on chaos in this moment. You see that dialed in there quickly. Aiden Hill was really giving up a better message clear. The win for the Golden Knights. White Cloud. And then Draisaitl watching an offside play here for the Oilers. And now White Cloud will send it over to Howden. Howden passes aside. Glove saved by Skinner. And Perry will have it the other way. The kickoff to Kulak. Brett Kulak goes down. Rebound by Saad. Saad finding Noah Hannafin. Hannafin looks to Brett Howden. Howden rolling over in front of front. And rebounded by the Edmonton Oilers. He'll have it to Bouchard and he will get the swing to Arvidsson. Here comes McDavid. Rumbled him down right near the precinct and it's rebounded by Brett Howden.
Well, they were really just trying to give that one a disrespecting on Connor McDavid, and he seemed like he was not really playing at all. He didn't really want to be here. That would be just like how bad if they wouldn't play like this. It could definitely be hurtful to anybody.
Now as they're ready to kick on for another puck drop, 1-0's the score for Edmonton. For the win, Golden Knights. And it's Bouchard carried it over the other way, back to Hyman. The give and go pass over to McDavid. Arvidsson will kick off the rebound to McDavid. That one's poked it up. McDavid trying to make his way in. Here's Tomas Hertl. Trying to poke it up right behind the net. On a shot, glove save by Skinner. Ekholm will race it out. And now Dorothea. McNabb shot blocked by McNabb by McDavid. Brown again to Youngmark. From the outside range, he will give it over to Ekholm. Back on ice is Klingberg. Klingberg to Ekholm. Ekholm races to Brown. Brown shoots, saved by Hill. Now it's sent to McNabb as he will have it to Barbashev. Barbashev looking it over. Swings it for the lead. Dorothea, blocker saved by Skinner. Here's Youngmark. Youngmark works his way in. And a pass over to Klingberg. flamer right around the net. He'll have it to Yukon for redirection, saved by Gill. Here in the midway mark in the first period, they'll hover things up for another puck drop. And here, as I turn it over to center ice, before 11, to talk about Leon Draisaitl. Thanks, guys. Leon Draisaitl is making appearances on his one-timer, the ultimate change-off after playing as part of his Canadian team. He was wanted to be professionally and a German to have it all to bring with his German professional players. What sometimes he wants to do for is Leon Draisaitl to play against Connor McDavid. Leon is making a great way to make his own change to have it all coming in. I'll be looking to see an eyes on Leon Draisaitl with some big one-time quick move, and you'll make it anything to have that change in Game 5. Let's hope if there is anything great, then better than that. Back to you guys. Here's Olofsson. Poked it up by Darnell Nurse. Now the Oilers are back in offense zone. You will have that one cleared again to Corey Perry. Perry, the pass over to Emerson. He looks at Podkolzin. Podkolzin looks at Emerson. Emerson looks over again at Podkolzin, and he will now find it over to Nurse. Nurse looks at Emerson. Gives the play back to Nurse. Nurse takes it over to Podkolzin. He'll get it back over that time. Nurse to Emerson. Moving the puck back and forth here is Corey Perry. That's rebounded by the Vegas Golden Knights. Ivan Barbashev dumps his own, and right around the net will be Nurse. Here's a set to Kapanen. Kapanen. And another rebound by Petrangelo. Kapanen, try to watch carefully here as Ty Emerson's on the outside. Set to Kapanen, and this is back to Roy. Rao again over to Kolzer. Kolzer goes offside. This will stop with only 9:01 remaining in the first period. A lot of line here as they'll be ready to take their next puck drop with only 9:01 remaining. Now here's Fyodor. Fyodor, chance over in the middle, and it's now Bouchard the other way. Bouchard space it back over to Matthias Ekholm. He'll give it to Nugent Hopkins. Rolls in with the stop. They're rebounding in. They're fighting for it big as Pearson will get it back. This is what happens with going Pearson. He was giving it over to try to knock somebody out. That could definitely really hurt for some reasons. Nobody really wants that. Keegan Kolzer again to Rao. Rao fires it. Glove save by Skinner. And now here's Connor Brown. Brown will give it to Evan Bouchard as he swings to Brown. And now the pass over again to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins pulls it down. Nugent Hopkins fires. What a save by Aiden Hill. That will send up in the net out of play. You gotta look at this fantastic moment for Aiden Gill. That one was right up toward the netting, and he really quicked it. The icing is just the right timing to get there. Threw it out, and no problem. Still a lot of time left in the period, as the Edmonton Oilers still have a 1-point possession lead. Now the win for Brad Howden as he is off the side. 8 minutes remaining in the first period. The pass back over to Kulak, and you'll have to do it again for Connor McDavid. Hyman will now send it to Connor McDavid, and now he will swing it to Anderson to give to Arvidsson. Here's Arvidsson. Shot, redirected off, and as Hyman with the rebound, he'll send it over to Brett Kulak. Here's Connor McDavid, right toward outside as he gives the pass to Kulak. Kulak, one-timer for Emerson. We'll have to try to reset it again as Connor McDavid is right toward near the net. Now he will try things again from the top. Now here's Zach Hyman. On a cutting racing chain on the backhander, saved by Aiden Hill. Set to Leon Draisaitl. One-timer for Hyman. Hyman shot redirected. Arvidsson with the rebound, and has it over to Brett Kulak. Emerson shoots. Another block on a shot. Stopped by Aiden Hill. 7:04 remaining in the first period, as they'll be able to get their another puck drop ready. Now let's go right to the other side of the Vegas Golden Knights As for now standing by, Alex Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo is a big defensive. The better effort is making it easier range to make it clear. And knockdown is a great defensive to take things on for the rush. What we need to know about is Alex Pietrangelo got a great rushing defending on a stoppable chain. He made that one with a great use of his energy. The skill is bringing everyone to a better whole new level. He'll have to try to see what he can make a commencement to keep things from going out. I'll have more about this for one of our pick of Alex Pietrangelo to keep things in. Let's see what the defender goes in with a knockdown defense effort. Guys. Now Corey Perry's right toward wing. He'll have it right toward middle in the range near to Aiden Hill. It's been stuck out. Henrique. Echo fires. Another block shot by Alex Pietrangelo as he sets it over to Tomas Hurdle. Hurdle. Try to get the shot. Saved by Skinner. Rebound by Colson as he has it again at Matthias Ekholm. And it's in a deep pass to Kapanen. Kapanen to Henrique. Shot saved by Hill. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first period. He'll close things out. Here's another one to Eichel. Eichel goes down. Here's the takeover to Barbashev. Easy pass saved by Stuart Skinner. Eichel, shot saved by Skinner. He'll have it to Yellmark, and he'll clear the zone out to Brown. Brown pass to Henrique. 5:30 remaining in the first period as Henrique will dish it around the net to Matthias Yellmark. Matthias Ekholm shoots it. Trying to get a redirection in there, but it stayed out. Henrique kicks it over to Brown. Brown stops in search. And now as Matthias Ekholm will try to get back over to Matthias Yellmark. He'll give it to Brown. Brown. Toward his range, finding White Cloud. Pulls the break. Barbashev. Broken up by Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins looks over to Ekholm. He'll have it again to Klingberg. Klingberg will have it over to Brown. Brown shot saved by Hill. Yellmark getting away from the goaltender. He doesn't want to get fully pressured in. He feels like, nope, not going to handle it.
Well, it's just okay. It's just not okay. I mean, I thought that was going to be making an easy chain, so they don't have to worry about it like going back downward afterwards. They're just going to need to keep things from rushing in. That's all that happens.
Zach Hyman went down from about. Brett Howden. Toward the wing, finds it over to Pietrangelo to side. Pumped it up by Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson rolls around the net. Here he finds McDavid. And over to Kulak. Finds Emberson. Emberson pass to Kulak. Here's Connor McDavid. Your rebound by Brett Kulak. Back to McDavid to Ty Emberson. He fires it. Rolling right toward middle. Emberson shots blocked by White Cloud. White Cloud looks to Stone. Stone rolls it in, trying to get the open shot. And Kulak will have it over. The deep pass to Leon Draisaitl. Here he comes to Zach Hyman. Fedor gets it back, now finding to Kolzer. He now gets to Fedor. Rolls over to Pearson. That one chops it up, and it's now back to Emberson again to Nugent Hopkins. 3:15 remaining in the first period of the game, and it's now Hyman is right toward the wing to set back to Ty Emberson. Kulak, pass broken up. Kolzer gets it back. Rebounding mistake here could cause for the Oilers to try to pull out back in and try to regroup in. They don't really want to make a regrouping. They need to do some big change in. They've got to make sure they have the right change off to do for it. They don't want anybody to keep on looking over it again. If they do, then that's going to be a bigger problem to get that one stopping out. Oh, Perry, what a block! And it's right over in the middle. Leon Draisaitl kicks it out. Again to Jeff Skinner.
That one was unbelievable with Corey Perry. He really blocked that shot. That's a great crowd shot.
Bouchard fires it, redirected off at a defender and rebounded by Lavoie. Here's Shea Fedor sending to Keegan Kolzer. Kolzer, stick lifted by Bouchard. Rolls at home. Gives to Podkolzin. Podkolzin looks to Perry. Tries to keep that one out. Here's Matthias Ekholm, saved by Hill, and he'll roll to McNabb. Leon Draisaitl has it again over to try to watch things carefully from the other side of the zone. And he got a crouch down block. That's a block good the other way to keep that out of here. Nice take in, Leon Draisaitl. That's what I was talking for. Word up, man. Rebound to McNabb as he'll have it to Petrangelo, finding it to Dorfiev. Rumble hit. Rebound by Arvidsson. 1:25 left to remain in the first period as he has it to Podkolzin. He rolls to Henry. Shot glove save by Hill. He'll stop and play with only 1:18 remaining in the first period. Nearing down the end of the first period, 1-0 to score for Edmonton Oilers. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins wins the face-off again to Klingberg. You'll have it to Nurse. Nurse shoots. Stop by Hill. Reaches out to cover and save it up. As now it's only 1:12 remaining in the first period. 95 over 81 passing effectiveness for between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. The win for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Klingberg has it off. And a Brown shot with a big save play. Nugent-Hopkins gets it back. And now back to Klingberg. Down to a final minute in the first period.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Trying to regroup in. Klingberg will set it over now again to Yamar. Yamar shoots in range. Deep wide. And it off the wall. Rebound by Nurse again to Matthias Yamar. He gets his own rebound, now has it over in the middle range. And he'll have it again to outside of Nurse, finding Klingberg. Oh, a big hit! That's going to make him worth. Side, he scores! We are now tied for 1-1 game after big collision. They're going to see what they say. One time on the grinding side, you hear someone moving around. You see what happened this time? That's something nobody has ever seen, the weave around zone. Now it gives the time to him, and he beats over by Skinner. That's crazy.
He got good start in there with a good effort.
So Saad got his first goal in the game, and now he has 3 goals in the playoffs. He really wanted to say now is, saves and tag, and get it even. Now the win for the Edmonton Oilers, he will have it again to High Emerson. With under 30 seconds remaining, he will give it over to Kulak. The deep pass to Confident. Knocked him with the big hit. As the Skinner, he'll give it over to Podkolzin. Rolls to Henrique and a stop down in the center. Rolls to Dorfiev. Confident takes over. Has it again to Emerson and looks over to Henrique. Henrique for the lead. Save by Gill. Confident shoots and he gloves it up, and we approach the end of the first period. That's now a tie game. After big hit, it's Brandon Saad as he gives a tie game effort with his 3rd goal in the playoffs. 1-1's the score, and we'll be back with the second period after the break. If you're just joining us, we're ready to start with the second period in Vegas. Big lines here as there's both for big in the change as we are ready to start the second period in Vegas. Alright guys, the big take has been all pushing things in the effort as both teams are all even up. Let's see what the takes are here, guys. Well, this is what they really have to be playing in for. I've seen so many others one. The first one starts in was kind of like an early start range in for the start of the first period for Leon Draisaitl.
Assisted by number
and then it was
61,
definitely only 1 goal for Brandon Saad nearing the end of the first period.
7 goal, 1929 remaining in the first. Brandon Saad, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Mark Stone in the first period at 1929 in the playoffs.
To make expectation. This need to be doing it for the right time to get this one in to keep that from zone going in and out. And I have to say this now, more likely you have to choose this often the whole time.
Yeah, I've always been like looking at it afterward, and then you see from Golden Knights, you don't have like
the better strange to this point. This gives it like a hard group to really change it. They have to change everything. And I knew they really have to do all the work. Not for anybody, but all the work. They just have to make sure that they get it in clean to keep going to play it out. And they don't want anybody to try to like keep going out and so it gets really hard and frustrating. Jack Eichel sets to Olofsson. Olofsson's not saved by Skinner. He'll step up with only 18:41 remaining in the second period. Both teams are ready for the battle for the attack as they're ready to have their next puck drop ready. Frozen biscuit is dropped as the play continues as Emerson has it to Nurse again to Skinner. Here's an outset. Perry toward middle for a rebounding net stopped by Aiden Hill. Great take here for the Golden Knights goaltender, and now he will stop that one to keep things from going out. You really have to do it out there. A big beating yourself is not always what you need to change for. Turn and look over. It's just really what they cannot get off to a great start on that. Brown, thinking about it, watch scanning the ice on it, and now Ivan Barbashev will have it swing it to Brown as he'll have that back. Off to Mateus Janmark, he'll have it to Nugent Hopkins. He off and fire around the net. Rebounded by Brown. Brown. Off it across to Bouchard. Bouchard. Here's Nugent Hopkins shot. That's blocked by Higgy. And a rebounding play over to Victor Olofsson. He'll have it over to pass again to Eichel. That's broken up by Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins has it to Arvidsson. Arvidsson shot saved by Hill. He'll hold things in with only 17:28 remaining in the second period as he'll be rolling in for another regroup and change. Now the win for McDavid. Here's a sit to Bouchard. He'll have it again to Ekholm. Ekholm pass to Bouchard and get to Hyman. On a backhander, same play here by Aiden Hill. Rebound to McDavid. Rolls again to Hyman. Hyman kicks over to McDavid. Trying to roll around across to Hyman. Hyman looks over to Ekholm. Ekholm to Bouchard. Backhander. Trying to make a rebound in here, but it won't go in. Here's side, right to in his own. The alley force blocked by Bouchard, and now it's back to the Oilers as McDavid has it covered with the puck controlling. You'll have to try to reset the group, and Stuart Skinner will dish it up around the other way as McDavid will have it over again to Bouchard. You'll send it over to Zach Hyman. Here's a chance on a cutted play, save play, diving made a stop from Aiden Hill, and it's now back to Brett Haugen. Great easy save makes, it doesn't really have it all. This really had made him come back afterwards to keep that one from coming back in. That's a great save. Puck pulls in right around the net, finds to Henrique. You'll have to pass play against Emerson. Here's the Hyman, backhander. Not enough to beat over as Tomas Hertl has his rebounding puck in. Henrique. Send a change to Emerson. Trying to get over from Hyman. The backhander spinning behind with the back shot. Stops it by Hill. Hill shot, and there's a score for Buckholzen. That'll be the 2 goals in the playoffs and his first goal in a game in Vegas. Man, appreciation really happened to be only just one, and Vasily Buckholzen, he really wraps it, and the firing back from behind from the net was not an easy play when you give this one a good look. You can see what happens to Vasily Buckholzen, and this backhand on the firing shot was really like all the way. Nobody was standing after it. You just feel like, how come you're not able to try to cover it up? You had nobody around you, nobody trying to protect it. You really don't have anyone to give it up. Now here's Nurse. He'll swing things over to Anderson, and he'll have it over now, finally to get to Perry. Perry will fire it up and around the net, and he'll have that pass over now again to Draisaitl. Draisaitl again to Anderson. Here's Nurse shots blocked, and it's rebounded by Skinner. Skinner to Nurse. Looks to Emerson. Now has to begin a Draisaitl. Nurse swings to Perry. They have a 2-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. Nurse finds again to Perry. Perry gets knocked down. Back to the Edmonton Oilers. Nurse shoots. Off it goes with the glove on Aiden Hill. And back to Lavoie it goes. Golden Knights are back in the offensive zone. Reaching him out. Stick lifted. Rebounded by Nurse. Passing the 15-minute mark in the second period as he'll wind up around the net. And here's Skinner. Skinner. Right outside then to Evan Bouchard. Ekholm shoots. Blocked the shot. Rebounded by Fyodor.
Score for Edmonton Oilers. His second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 92, Vasily Podkolzin. Assisted by number 19, Adam Henrique, and by number 18, Zach Hyman. Time of the goal, 4:06 remaining in the second period. As Vasily Podkolzin, his second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Adam Henrique, and Zach Hyman in the second period at 4:06 in the playoffs.
Pass to Bouchard. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Won't be able to take a shot anyway, and he has it to Ekholm. Finding Nugent-Hopkins. Great stick lift by the Vegas Golden Knights. And here's Keegan Kolzer. Kolzer can't get it over it. And rebound by Kolzer. Backhander saved by Skinner. Wilson Mateus Ekholm, as he has it to Bouchard, he looks over to Nugent-Hopkins. He'll set the barbershop shot, saved by Skinner. He'll stop with only 13:51 remaining in the second period. Critical draw here as we haven't passed the midway mark in the period in the second. Big David wins the face-off as he's back to Hyman, and he will now roll it over again. Yeah, boy. Brett Kulak off to McDavid. McDavid trying to get over from the cut motion just like in real life, but the passing over by defenders didn't work. Shot redirected off onto the skater, and McDavid will have it again to Hyman. Hyman, he's on his way down. He'll set it over. Here's Arvidsson's shot. Save by Gill. Rebound by Whitecloud, and he'll now have it over to Jack Eichel. Eichel swings to Olofsson, and that easy saves carries the step to Stuart Skinner, and rebounded by Kulak. Well, the rebound by Hyman. Hyman pass, broken up. Hyman can't get going. Glove save by Skinner. And it looks like he will have to clear that out. Now Escape U will have that in change, finding to Pietrangelo. And Saad making his way. Poked up by Skinner. And out of his zone, here's Pietrangelo. The pass to Saad. Saad kicked up, Ekholm with the rebound, and he has it over to Henrique. Henrique fires, saved by Aiden Hill, and rebound by Kapanen. Bouchard, Ekholm shoots, save. Number one with the rebound by Podkolzin. Tries this time again. He misses again this time. That's two misses. And another one carries in. But this time he will make it from in the middle, and he'll hold this out for Aiden Hill with only 12:10 remaining in the second. There's so many misses what happens with Mateus Ekholm. He just didn't really think he was tying it correctly. He really needs to get this one looking open. Don't try to make that one messed up. Nobody really wants that. Swapping out will be Janmark. Right from corner as he gets to Bouchard. And Ekholm with a rebounding chance in. The Nugent gets saved by Aiden Hill. And it's right over now with only 11:50 remaining in the second. Lavoie's shot's blocked. Rebound by Bouchard as he has it to Ekholm. Looks over to Janmark. Can he get over this as Fyodor is back the other way to Lavoie. It's back to Bouchard, and he has it over. Ustorf, we have it right toward middle. Glove save by Skinner. 2-1 to score for Edmonton. 11:22 remaining as we're nearing the midway mark in the second. Now the win for Leon Draisaitl. Stuart Skinner right behind him. He won't get pushed out of the way as Skinner will have it back. And Leon Draisaitl right to the wing. Around the net, Skinner. That one is sent out of the way, and Hurdle will have it to Dorofeev. Try to roll it around. Poked it up by the goaltender. He'll have it over. And he was right toward the wall as Ty Emerson will carry around the net, finding the Darnell Nurse. Here's Skinner. Rolls back to Emerson. He won't get there, and it's now rebounded by Perry as he'll swing it over again to Leon Draisaitl. Right behind the net. Here's another Emerson shot. Save play by Aiden Hill. McNabb has it to Olofsson. Knocked him with a big hit. Puck pulls in. Rolls around the net. Icing's waved off. Victor Olofsson will have it to Henrique. And that one broken up the play. Bouchard. Nobody open. McNabb with the rebound again to Barbashev. Puck pulls in. Rolling around the net. Here's Kapanen. Kicks it over. And the rebound by Matthias Ekholm gives to Evan Bouchard. And David shoots, saved by Aiden Hill. Shea Theodore. The deep pass to Barbashev. And McDavid trying to work his way across. And out of the zone will be the Oilers. Kapanen. Can he give it to McDavid? No, he cannot give it to McDavid. This one carries it out and turns it over. Here's a set to Olofsson. Bouchard will have it over to Arvidsson. And here's McDavid. McDavid pulls it in with a sidestep over the rebound by Arvidsson. It's been picked up by Aiden Hill. And then McDavid has it over to Kulak. Draisaitl save made by Aiden Hill. Denying the effort, it's blocked up by a defender, and it's rebounded by Stone. This is what they really have to do for now. I mean, that is a lot of great chances for the Edmonton Oilers. They wouldn't be too serious about that, and they wouldn't stop the effort to keep them playing afterwards. Got a little bad news for you, but Brady McNabb is really like giving that one hurt. He's really like limping, and this one can be a little bit tough ranging sometimes. Brady McNabb in the bench. You'll have to watch carefully here with some limping, and it may not be easy enough if you can try to keep it out from tightness to tight. Yes, this definitely really has to do for it, and if you can give that one up, some big section is to try to do it right. Anderson, he can't get the puck on controlling, and he now finds it over to Mark Stone. Cut in motion, stopped by Brown. And here, right behind the net, is Brown over to Janmark. Janmark slicks it off. Here's Kulak. The pass to Nugent-Hopkins. Again to Brown. Brown, pass to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He'll swing to Brown. Fires. Off and saved by Aiden Hill. Nicholas Rao toward Wayne. Finds it to Ekholm. The deep pass to Brown. He's over to Matthias Janmark. Going for it. Stopped it action. Brown shot, he scores. He rolls that one in as it's now a 3-1 lead over the Golden Knights. Brown making a history looking for 7 goals, and now he does. 7 goals in the playoffs for Connor Brown. He's really up to it, energetic, and this rebounding was not really like an easy way to do this. He's really giving up everything. Passing over to Aiden Hill was really like how stuck it is. Nothing really wanted to change it afterwards because we haven't passed the 5-minute mark in the second period before the end. They still need to keep on doing this before that goes down to expiring. Now just Skinner rolling in right toward the wing. He fires that one around net. Corey Perry again to Ekholm. Here's Bouchard. And it's rebounded by Perry. But to Skinner. Ekholm. Skinner shoots. Off the blocker. Rebounded by Perry. And off to Pietrangelo. He will send it over to Nicholas Hayhue. Toward wing, nobody open. Draisaitl shot. Big save by Aiden Hill. Only 7:30 remaining in the second period as they'll be ready to reinforce things up in the face-off puck zone. Leon Draisaitl as now as Emerson and Nurse. And here over to McDavid as this one broken out.
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His 7th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, unassisted, scored by number 28, Connor Brown. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 50 seconds in the second period. It's Connor Brown, his 7th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, unassisted by a team in the second period at 11:50 in the playoffs.
That's a great stop here by the goaltender. He really has been like playing after harder and harder. And every part of the year, there's nowhere to be done. All I've said. Trying to watch him go. Rebound by Nurse. Nurse will give it to over to Hyman. And this one over to McDavid. Can't get over it. And icing is on the Edmonton Oilers with 6:41 remaining in the second period. Here they are, ready for another puck drop in the Edmonton territory. McDavid wins the face-off. Rebound by McDavid. McDavid wants to push things off with the wheels, but he's running out of stamina. He rolls to Arvidsson, and this will be an offside here for the Edmonton Oilers as they'll stop with only 6:30 remaining in the first period. Bottom of the line here for the Edmonton Oilers. It was 60 over 54 hits for the Golden Knights. The win again for the Edmonton Oilers. Here's Bouchard. He now has to get to Brown. Brown. Lost that one. Rebound by Matthias Ekholm. This will clear all the way down the zone. Bouchard will have it. And instead he passed over to Janmark. Janmark couldn't hold on with the puck controlling effort. Dorofeev watching him down. Bouchard kicks over. Now it's finds to Gaydu. Under 6 minutes remaining in the second period, you'll have it over to Dorofeev. There's a chance in the middle, and Matthias Ekholm will go around the back and back to Janmark again. Dorofeev. Brown broken up the pass. Ekholm finds it over to Brown. And it's over to Janmark. And he was stopped up. Here comes Stone. And he will be tripped up. This will get a penalty shot to start for the Vegas Golden Knights. And this will be a chance to tie it up.
There'll be a penalty shot for the Vegas Golden Knights.
And this is what happens to Janmark. He tipped it, and now
shooting for the penalty shot for the Vegas Golden Knights, number 61, Mark Stone.
To equalize it for 2. And here we go. Here's Stone on a Stone rushing it back. He scores! Big Stone. Get that down by 1. Yeah, see that? Big score here on the penalty shot. What happens with Mark Stone? And he will get it right between the net. Now the captain is delivering it to get his next playoff goal. So it's now
time of the penalty shot goal for Mark Stone, 15:49 in the second period of the playoffs on the penalty shot. That's Mark Stone with a penalty shot goal at 15:49 in the second of the playoffs.
For the backhander, broken up by Haybu. Emerson has to get a cool out. Here's Emerson finding Perry. Perry looks to Kulak. Kulak shoots, saved by Hill. And we passed the 5 minutes in the second period. That's now for Mark Stone. He is making it look great as he takes his next playoff goal and now be number 4. After a penalty shot, he'll try to see if he can get 5 in this playoff game to keep things from going up to the height to tie it up. Brennan side right over again to Howden. Howden shot saved by Skinner. Rolls to Emerson, and he will roll it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl in wing. Calling for the loose puck and chain to go right back in to the Golden Knights. Now Haygu is right toward wing. Swings it across. Back to Skinner as he rolls it again to Matthias Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm with a sprinting rush. You'll find it over to Henrique. Has it over to Ekholm. Backs it over to Emerson. Takes it off to Ekholm. Ekholm finds Everson. He finds Ekholm. He relays it over to Emerson. And he now finds it to Kapanen. Here's Ekholm. Ekholm rolls in middle. Rebound by Bakulzin. He'll have it over again, Bouchard, and Ekholm taking a firing range. There will be no penalty on Vegas Golden Knights to kill off the time with only 3:40 remaining in the second period. Mark Stone looking for 2 goals in the game. Back to the Edmonton Oilers. Rushing and bounding. And it's back over now to Arvidsson. Here's a set back to Nugent Hopkins. One-time your shot, saved by Gill. 3:21 remaining in the second period. They'll be ready to reinforce their regroup. And one of our big best plays in the game was Connor McDavid, the best Canadian player, and assigned to be the captain for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, he's really like doing for all this work.
The energy doesn't really happen, but anyway, Ty Anderson and teammates as Connor McDavid really has showed up. His strugglation cannot continue with this as he really tried to work his way across. I know what they do for that one really hard for Connor McDavid, but he realized that you'll have to get everything done to make that finish. I thought that could be it for Connor McDavid as he really has been making it up harder than the pace. What a good block down is after that play pass with the crouch down, and he really has been looking forward to try to make more block shots than other Vegas Golden Knight players. Eichel shot saved by Stuart Skinner. And he now rolls to Yamark. The deep zone again to Nugent Hopkins. Here's a setup for Ivan Barbashev. On a shot, misses wide. Connor Brown takes it over. And he now finds Yamark. On a breakaway chain. Save play by Stuart Skinner. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Ekholm shot. Blocked up by Noah Hannafin. He rolls to Olofsson. Olofsson on his way. Hooked up by Bouchard. He'll have it over again to Yamark. And with under 2 minutes remaining in the second period, Nugent Hopkins with the puck carrying. Around the net. Rebound by Bouchard. Rolls Ekholm. Shoots. Blocked up. Rebound by Bouchard. Hannafin. It's back to Bouchard. Rolls to Matthias Ekholm. Bouchard trying to watch it offside, and he will have it back in play as Bouchard's behind the net. Here's Nugent Hopkins shot, one-timer, save made by Aiden Hill. And there's an error. Let's see what the officials say.
The play on the call is the no goal is under review.
No goal on the countage. I think that might have been like a problem with that. I think that was like an accident for some reasons. It might be that. So it looks like they might have to say no goal.
After reviewing for the coach's challenge, it was determined that the play was overturned. Therefore, we have a good goal for the Edmonton.
And they will not. Sorry, James. But Connor Brown has dug it again and now have a 2-point lead nearing after the 90-second mark.
You thought you were glancing that one, Nick James. I thought this would have been a no goal.
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His 8th goal in the playoffs, scored by number 28, Connor Brown. Assisted by number 93, Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Sorry, folks.
Time of the goal, 18:33 remaining in the second period. It's Connor Brown, his 8th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Ryan Nugent Hopkins. In the second period at 18:33 in the playoffs.
One point position lead here for the Edmonton Oilers as they work down the end of the second period. Petrangelo making his way in and tries to get that one with a great goal. It's kind of hard to see things, right, guys?
Yeah, it's definitely like what they all expected for. As Alex Petrangelo, he just gets his second goal in the playoffs, and as for Brown, he has 8 in the playoffs. It wasn't a big chance there, but they really kept on from coming back fighting afterwards.
Now here's Anderson, sets it over to Kulak.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the second period.
As Kulak rolls around the net, and McDavid will have it again. Pass to Hyman, Noakes over Emerson. He swings to Hyman. Here's McDavid. Shoots. Missed wide. Rebound by Sod as he gives it for Trangelo. And Ohio to Stone the other way. Knocked him down. Here's Arvidsson. Back behind the back. Save made by Aiden Hill. And right all the way back is Skinner. Will swing it out. And Arvidsson will have it again to Kulak.
For the Golden Knights.
25 seconds
His second goal of the playoffs.
Bouchard
Scored by
shoots.
number
Pat
7.
save. Kicked it out by Ian Hill.
Trangelo.
Here's that glove save.
Assisted by number 20,
And now Saad the other way.
Brandon Saad.
10 seconds remaining for the Golden Knights.
And by number 20,
They might have some
Rutt.
tying game
Oh,
possession, and they won't have a chance to do for it.
Time to
Chase
go,
Ekholm
18:54
will
remaining
stop
in a
in
second.
motion, and we'll get ready to make them break, and then get ready to start the third period. So far, 1 point lead possession was Connor Brown to count it as a good goal, and the other way was Alex Pietrangelo. Third period is coming up next after the break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right with you shortly. Third period underway as we're ready to get this game started back in Vegas. Here we go, third period about to begin. One more left. Let's find out who takes in with the next goal between the Oilers or the Golden Knights. Alright folks, I know what you're thinking now. Let's see what your guys' take from the second period recap. They really have been trying to work it off. Golden Knights have been trying to travel high, and they're not really sure how that was going to change in. It looks like they're going to have to tie this one up if they can get there.
Seemed to me, I've really said that Golden Knights really are trying to work it off there really hard. But don't man me, because they're really noticing how hard it's going to make. It's pretty gets closer by each stage, and it's nothing but to change there.
What a goal! That's Zach Hyman with the closing quarter after Matthias Ekholm with the assist. Just 39 seconds in the third. That one was racing back in, and there's nothing but it gives it all. That playoff blink was Zach Hyman. He has 5 in the playoffs. See that happen with the closing quarter range? You got a good look in. Zach Hyman was able to close the quarters, and then it was right in toward the net. Made it over by Aiden Hill. It was not really easy enough, but this one changed it off.
What a great communication here. Matthias Ekholm, he just delivers it. And Connor McDavid's really over that one here too. So it looks like their teammates are definitely going to push in to the next round if they win or not.
Bouchard lost that puck as Matthias Ekholm right to the wing. He'll find over to Bouchard. Here's McDavid's shot. Goal saved by Gill. And he'll keep the rebound in after debut. Back to the
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His 5th goal on the playoffs. Scored by number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 14, Matthias Ekholm. Time of the goal, 39 seconds in the third period. It's Zach Hyman, his 5th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Matthias Ekholm in the third period at 39 seconds in the playoffs.
Rebound by near the wall. Skinner trying to foul it off for the boards, and now his partnership will take this over. He's back into the Edmonton territory. Writes him down, rebounded by Perry. Perry looks over it. The deep pass to Draisaitl. Here he comes, Draisaitl! Blocked a shot, rebounded by McNabb. Brett Howden. Right turn lane, you'll get a slap shooter in there, and this one is near the net, and rebounded by Darnell Nurse. Back to Brett Howden. Here's a take in with a shot stopped by Skinner. Janmark takes it off, and a deep send it pass to Nugent Hopkins. You'll stop that in Mountie, and now you'll send it over to Howden. Brandon Saad, right toward in his zone. Emerson watching it. Gets a shot, glove save by Skinner. Here's Janmark, he will send it over the other way, and now Emerson will have it off again to Brown. Here's Emerson. Goes right to Nugent Hopkins, the backhander shot's blocked. Shea Theodore will have it the other way, it's over to Brandon Saad. Saad with new charge. Line change, Emerson takes over now back the other way again to Darnell Nurse, and he sends it over to Balcosen over to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins, right toward wing again to Balcosen. For 3, blocked by Whitecloud. Whitecloud rolling back into the Edmonton territory. Smash him down, rebounded by the Vegas Golden Knights. He's really giving everybody a use of it. He scores! That's another goal for the Golden Knights as they win that down by the board.
This is really what Stuart Skinner. That wasn't easy enough if you really are thinking that was a good appearance.
Vegas, down by 1. It is a close game, nearing the 17-minute mark, but we haven't passed the midway mark in a period, as it now will roll to Dorfiev. Here's Dorfiev, as he'll roll it over. Ekholm has it back. Back around the pass, over again to Kapanen. Kapanen pass to Bouchard. Here's the set to Henrique. Henrique in the middle for the shot, save by Ian Hill. Rolls over to Ekholm. Now he rolls to Evan Bouchard. Schlecks it. Brings the goalpost back to Ekholm again to Hyman. He rolls into Evan Bouchard. Bouchard sets to Hyman. Hyman can't get the home again. And Dorfiev, here they come, 2-2.
For
Poked
the
it up by
Golden Knights,
Bouchard.
it's the goal in the playoffs. Score by
Now the
number
rebound by the Vegas
62.
Golden Knights.
Raphael
Now
Lavoie.
finding the White Cloud.
Assisted by number 2,
White Cloud goes
Zach
down, rebound by
White
Victor
Cloud.
Robertson. Offensive pass to
Time and
Ekholm
goal,
as he rolls it
2:55
down to
remaining in the
Zach
third
Hyman.
period. Raphael
A save over to
Lavoie, his fifth
Robertson.
goal in the playoffs,
That one
first
deep
goal of
to
the game,
Floss, and
assisted
it's
by
rebound
Zach
by
Whitecloud in the third period
Big
at
David.
2:55 in the
Push
playoffs.
aside. Hyman shot. Redirected. Rebound by Arvidsson. Here's a set to Ty Emberson. He'll slide it over. Hannafin takes it back. And it's sent over to Brown. Kulak takes over. And now the pass again to McDavid. Here's McDavid. With the rip around in the shot. Trying to go unstoppable force, but he couldn't hold on. And he goes down. Hyman. Shot. Blocked up. McDavid with the rebound in there. For the side of the net. Save by Aiden Hill. Noah Hannafin gives it over to Pearson. Pearson will dish it out, and the rebound by Kulak. And Brett Kulak will have it over to send off to Skinner and back to Leon Draisaitl. Here's Skinner. Slaps it. Feints it. Nowhere to go afterward, and this one is stopped by the Golden Knights defenders. Now we'll send it over to Nicholas Tegue, and Pietrangelo will have it. Good take here by the Edmonton Oilers, as this will be sent back to Draisaitl, and he rolls over to Perry. Perry, for the backhander, stop made by Aiden Hill. Here's Kulak, save by Aiden Hill. He will send it over to Pietrangelo, and now it's back to Jack Eichel. What a great save this is. Aiden Hill is not really getting it off in a huge, tremendous plays. This is really what they are causing for. So a little backup and change, they just need to regroup it again. A lot of the line here as the Golden Knights are back down by 1 with under 15 minutes in the third. Here's Hopkins, splits the face-off, and here's Ekholm. Trying to roll a deep pass over with a chance, trying to slack it, and it goes right to the wall, redirected off the Bouchard. Now he'll send a pass to Brown. Here's Janmark. Janmark. Roll that pass to Ekholm, and here's Bouchard, one-timer, glove snaps by Hill. He'll stop it with only 14:20 remaining in the third period. And with some new upcoming skier for this part of the game, as we will be sending you back to the NBA for the second round, as we will be seeing things right through the alley. And then when we hit right over to games 1 through 7, we'll have some big matches for you right in the range. So there will be only the Eastern and Western Conference back for games 1 through 7 for the best of 4. You'll be finding out what's going on with those two, and there will be a big change in to keep things from tightness. And for our upcoming of the game for NHL, as we will have our big entire games, as we will have one game on each side. Starting off with the Eastern Conference, the Capitals and the Panthers. They rematch again since NHL 22.
They may be just like iron or not. I think that the Florida Panthers might be able to come back in, so let's see if they can handle it.
Send a pass to Bouchard. Bouchard pass, now finding Nugent Hopkins. He uses set to Bouchard, fires it, misses wide, rebounded up by Stone. And here's Brett Howden. Howden lost that one, rebounded by Nurse, and he'll send it over right now again to Evan Bouchard. And that one with the winning team, they will face against the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals after the games 5 is complete, as we will be heading on the other side of it, as this one might be starting home for the Dallas Stars in Game 1 or in Vegas at T-Mobile Arena in Game 1. We may never know what's going to change in, so that might be a question prediction. Here's Draisaitl. He'll send it over to Emberson as he's right in the middle and broken up by the team offside. Here comes Side. He lifts it up and sends out a play into the bench. Still a lot of time left in the period. Vegas Golden Knights down by 1. McDavid wins the faceoff. Send deep pass to Hyman. Hyman looking after it for the backhander. Saved by Gill. Rebound by McNabb. And he'll now send it over to Side.
This is really like a big chaining up, and there was nothing that you could do for. That wouldn't really make that one with the tightness, but it's good look. It won't send it off and out of here.
The deep pass over to McDavid. It's broken up by Dorofiev. Here's Dorofiev. McDavid takes over. Now finding over to Nurse. Nurse passes over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson looking back afterward. He'll send it to Hyman. Hyman shoots. Glove save by Gill. You'll watch him carefully, and it will stop him with only 12:23 remaining in the third. A lot on the line here as this next face-off is on in Vegas territory. Now the win for the Golden Knights, and that'll be Ivan Barbish, Tomas Spertle, as Dorofiev will have it across. Set to Lavoie on a shot, save! Oh, what a stop by Skinner! He took that one out with the glove, and he just keeps it out. What a great, fantastic save by Stuart Skinner. He wasn't really going to make that afterward, and that one went really well out of the play position. He scores! Zach Hyman, 2 goals in a play game, and now he's got 6 in the playoffs.
Well, there's a good pick tipper here. That's another one for Zach Hyman. And that one shot, there's no match that you really made it in. And this one was right in there. You see that in the middle? That's a big tipper here by Zach Hyman. He's got 6 in the playoffs. He really might have to just try to get that single world and keep going with some big tippers. If he gets his 3rd goal in the playoffs, that means he gets his hat trick. Yeah, I sure do. I mean, every time this one gets in, it's not always hard to get out.
He scores! And that's Dorofiev! This one is a back-to-back change to get a first game down by 1.
There's no way that the Bell Dorofiev really made that in. Max was nowhere to go in.
Now you can't believe how that happened. The Dorofiev, he was getting in there. He just didn't think it was going to be enough. And then this is the goal that happened. Butler was racing in, and this one would never slow this down. For Pavel Dorofiev, he really wanted to get it all, and then try to keep them out of the line. There is no stopping, but you can try to keep things on and look over
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His 6th goal in the playoffs, 2nd goal of the game. Score by number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 25, Darnell Nurse. And by number 97, Connor McDavid. Time of the goal, 8 minutes remaining in the third. That's Zach Hyman, his 2nd goal in the game, 6th goal in the playoffs. Assisted by Darnell Nurse and Connor McDavid in the third period at 8 minutes in the playoffs.
Gets 2 goals in the game. Watch what happened with Leon Draisaitl. This is another big deflection, and you're not seeing it in clearly. That one is a blinding on the goaltender, and he really had that one going back. There's no way to have that change in. As for Leon Draisaitl, he just keeps it in with his next goal. That's number 9 in the playoffs. Keegan Colser pokes it up and rebounded by the Golden Knights. Jonathan shot. That was blocked off. He scores! Another back-to-back play as Keegan Colser will be entering his first game of playoffs. There's one. You see that Colser, he just finally got his first goal in the playoffs. Check what happened here. This is the rebound when you look off the Noah Anderson. When you set it to take feed in the zone, you have it right toward his middle, and then he responds. And then there comes the rebound. That was Keegan Colser that made that one with this great goal to give that one a good start. Draisaitl wins the faceoff as Mattias Ekholm gives it over to Bouchard as he looks over to Ekholm. Now swinging to Skinner. Skinner rolls the Corey Perry shot. Another huge save by Ian Hill. He will stop him with only 11:14 remaining in the third period. Lots of time left in the period. 82/72 hits for the Golden Knights. Now to win for Golden Knights. Hanifin will send it over to Whitecloud, and he'll now swing it to Colzer. Good stick clip here, and now rolls back to Noah Hanifin. He'll try to give over to Colzer. Back to Leon Draisaitl. We'll find Evan Bouchard again over to Mateus Ekholm. Send a deep pass to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking over
And
range.
by number 48,
This one gets back out to
Thomas
Hurdle. Here's Keegan Colzer with
Time
a
of the goal,
change.
8:06 remaining in the third.
In
That's
time
Pavel
to go.
Dorofiev, his sixth goal in the playoffs, assisted by Zach Whitecloud and Tomas Hurdle in the third period at 8:06 in the
You didn't really think
playoffs.
that wasn't going to be in there. That really made it one look helpful. Now the rebound by Ty Emberson as he returns on ice. Emberson rolls it down. Here they come, Jack Eichel. Good poke check to stop on a goal steer for the Golden Knights. Oh, McDavid went down. The rebounding pick up for Eichel.
Here's the one bash win. This is the clash zone that no one cares
Score for the Edmonton Oilers.
Now
His
here's
ninth goal in the
Whitecloud. He'll
playoffs,
send it
scored
over.
by number
Jack
29.
Eichel.
Leon
On
Draisaitl.
his way down, a shot save
Assisted by number
Skinner.
14, Mateus
Nugent Hopkins
Ekholm.
rolls around the back to
And by
Kulak.
number 90,
And
Corey
it's gonna
Perry.
roll back in to
Time of the goal,
Janmark.
8:26
Janmark
remaining in the
sends to
third.
Nugent Hopkins.
It's Leon Draisaitl, his ninth goal in the
Tries to roll it
playoffs,
out.
second goal of the game.
Shoots. Save
Assisted
by
by
Hill.
Mateus Ekholm and Corey
Nugent
Perry
Hopkins will
in the
roll
third
things up
period
with
at
Emerson.
8:24 in the
Big hit there,
playoffs.
and he got thrown down. Here comes Barbashev. 1-1. We'll have to just go from here instead of taking advantage. You want to make new line change quickly. Big stop by Skinner as he rolls it over to Nugent Hopkins. We'll have to try to keep it out. And here he comes. The shot stop made by Skinner. Sends us over to Brown. Here comes Brown. Shots blocked. Rebound by Hill. And now the rebound goes on to Adam Henrique. Here's Darnell Maris. Perry shoots in. Close save by Hill. We passed the midway mark in the third period. It is a close game, 7-6. Now to win to Adam Henrique. You'll find it over to Ed Bouchard. And he'll swing to Ekholm. Ekholm backhander. Shot blocked. Here comes
40 Golden
along the way.
Knights. His first goal in the playoffs.
Keep the poking out
First
again.
goal of
This
the
one
game,
get back to
scored by
Stone.
number 55. Keegan
Stone, right to Tomas Hurdle. Shot
Colzer.
blocked. Rebound by Ekholm.
Assisted
He'll
by
send it
number
out of his
10,
own, and this one
Nicholas
will roll back to Hill
Brewer.
again, Hague.
And by number 15, Noah
Now Petrangelo.
Hanifin.
Dumps
Time
it
of the
out.
goal,
Rebound
8:34
by
remaining in the
Ekholm.
third period.
Ekholm swings
Keegan
it back
Colzer,
in.
his
And
first
Henrique
goal in the
will now
playoffs,
swing it
first
over
goal of the
to
game, assisted
Colzer.
by Nicholas
Colzer
Brewer.
passes
And
to
Noah
Kapanen.
Hanifin in the third period at 8:34 in the
Pass to
playoffs.
Henrique. Henrique shots blocked. This one will send it over. Now find Tomas Hurdle. Here's no slashing here for the Oilers. This one will roll it in with a clean play back to Bouchard.
That one really almost went badly.
I don't know what's going to change it, but hey,
Nobody wants to see this one broken out.
here's Brett Kulak. He'll send it over to Ty Emerson. Swings and misses. Here's McDavid shot. Saved by Hill. Stocked it over by Hyman. And it's rebounded by Olofsson. Rolls to Eichel. Eichel shot. Left saved by Skinner. Keeps going with under 7:30 remaining in the third period. As now it's Emberson. He's on energy. He'll have to send McDavid over to Kulak, and now a deep pass to Arvidsson. To set to Hyman, and rebounded by the Oilers. Kulak set to Draisaitl. Red the range, he scores! It's Zach Hyman! We've got a hat trick here as he gets 3 goals in a game. Now that's what we're looking for. You saw that Zach Hyman, that big tipper, he really raced it up. That's up by 2. What a great chance. Another big tipper for Zach Hyman. What a great play. Easy senso for Zach Hyman. He makes his 7th goal in the playoffs, and he now has 3 of the game. What a great connection here by Leon Draisaitl. He made that one with an absolutely on maintaining its own. The middle station has really been playing it so well to keep that one from coming back. Now there's more time to play for the Edmonton Oilers if they keep their eyes on the scribble. Let's see what happens with Zach Hyman to keep going with his game alive and his contestability. Guys, thanks me, full 11. As Emerson now finds Perry. Perry looks over to get a Nurse. Nurse goes down.
Score for Edmonton Oilers. His first goal in the game, 7th goal in the playoffs, scored a hat trick, number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 29, Leon Draisaitl. And by number 27, Brett Kuhl. Time of the goal, 12:42 remaining in the third period. And Zach Hyman, his first goal of the game, scored a hat trick, his 7th of the postseason. Assisted by Leon Draisaitl and Brett Kuhl in the third period at 12:42 in the playoffs.
He really kept it on from coming back in, and that's another goal for the Edmonton Oilers. Jeff Skinner for 2 goals in the playoffs. See that tip? That goes right back into net, and you see things in. When Jeff Skinner was coming back in, he felt like I thought he was going to miss it, but it didn't seem like it was going to be enough timing for Jeff Skinner to get back in there. That's another great goal for the Edmonton Oilers. They're keeping up the dust. It looks like if they win, then they're heading on the road trip back again for the Western Conference Finals to start the first game.
Another win for Vegas Golden Knights as Peter will send to Colzer. Colzer cutting and bounding. Rebound by Nugent Hopkins. Trying to pull it back. Rebound by Colzer. Roy shot glove save by Skinner. He'll stop that in motion with only 6:18 remaining in the third period. A critical draw here between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Stock the rebound in will be the Edmonton Oilers, and now this one's rebounded up by Evan Bouchard. Bouchard will send it over to Janmark. Janmark went bubble
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game scored by number 53, Jeff Skinner. Assisted by number 90, Corey Perry. And by number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Time of the goal, 13:30 remaining in the third period. Jeff Skinner with his second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game assisted by Corey Perry and Leon Draisaitl in the third period at 13:30 in the playoffs.
Ekholm try to deliver it off, and here's Bouchard's shot, and he scores! Another goal for the Oilers. That's Evan Bouchard as he rolls it in with the C&I vision. He now gets his 4th in the playoffs. That one was another fancy on the move. I really like that one playing that position. You see the C&I happen to Evan Bouchard? He was right in it. I'm going to take the shot, and this one is right in the net. He done that one with an excellent work. So the Edmonton Oilers are up by 4. As for that, it will be Ilya Samsonov that will be replacing here for Aiden Hill. And he's definitely having a roughest on the season of the night. And I see the Canadian team is making another great goals in the game. Now, as you can see now, as Evan Bouchard, he's rolling it in. He'll have to try to figure it out. If there's another stoppage coming and bounding, Aiden Hill watching behind him. If he misses again, it'll be Samsonov that will be replacement for the Golden Knights. Hyman is right outside. Set to Ekholm, shoots in, break the goalpost. Arvidsson now has it to Ekholm. He'll now have it right toward the right side. We have approached our final 5 minutes presented by Discover. Arvidsson sets it over to Ekholm as he rolls it into Hyman. And he'll now swing to McDavid. It's back to side.
Score for the Edmonton Oilers. His 4th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game scored by number 2, Evan Bouchard. Assisted by number 14, Matthias Ekholm. And by number 13, Matthias Janmark. Time of the goal, 14:22 remaining in the third. As Evan Bouchard, his 4th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Matthias Ekholm and Matthias Janmark in the third period at 14:22 in the playoffs.
Eichel shot, glove save by Skinner. Emerson rolls it around the net, and it's rebounded by Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse lost that one, rebounded by Emerson. Emerson will clear in the range afterwards. Draisaitl will have it out. And it's knocked over by behind the man. Here's Eichel. He'll now try to send it over to Nicholas KD on a shot, but it's blocked up and rebounded by Darnell Nurse. Nurse knocked him down, no penalty on the cross-checking. Perry shoots it, same play by Hill. Leon Draisaitl kicks it over. Just got enough to get a piece of it right in the range. Behind the back. Rebound by Emerson. Backhander plus save by Gill. Nicholas Gagu again to Jack Eichel. The Knights are back in the offensive zone in the attacking range. Send the pass. Kapanen brooks it up. And Emerson will have it over now, finding again to Nurse. Nurse needs to take it clear down for a second, as Adam Henrique has it. You'll send it over to Pakulze. You'll now have it to Adam Henrique. Avoid right to her in the wing. Up on the wall. Bashing down. Rebound by the Golden Knights. Taken over by Pakulze. Henrique. Right over now to Kapanen. Kapanen sends it over to Kula. And here's another one to Kapanen. Shot. Blocker save made by Aiden Hill. One time Brett Kulak shot. Off the face mask. And it's right toward the wall. Right near the net.
This is really like a hard range. Looks like the Edmonton Oilers are going to have to bring their celebration on and then beat down the Golden Knights because they're heading on to the next round.
A set over to Emerson. Doesn't get there that time. Rebound by Gennefin. He'll send it over to Whitecloud again to Saad. Here's Saad. Rolls it in off the glove by Skinner. He rolls in to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looks over to Nugent Hopkins. And a set over. Shot saved by Gill. He'll stop that in play with only 2:18 remaining in the third period. And now to send it over to center ice, meet phone 11. Who had a better night?
Well, I gotta say, Zach Hyman was bringing it with a great use. The big tipper is a great range, and he made that one with the closing quarters. He really had it all with the finishing on his better effort. Nothing stands here until, nonetheless, this goal happened to make the change afterward. I'm really impressed with Zach Hyman as he gets his 30 goals in a game, and he'll be able to have him back here for the next part of the game in the Western Conference Finals. And then it looks like the match is on, and they'll be heading on a road trip away at Dallas as they will play against the Dallas Stars. That'll be the first game in, so I can't wait to see what's going on the other side of it. Let's hope that Zach Hyman keeps his playoff game alive on its way down. Back to you guys. Thanks, B411, and all appreciation to Zach Hyman. It's been a better one to make the blast. It does sure so. I mean, realizing that Zach Hyman wasn't really a good choice, but hey, we appreciate it.
Of course we do. Word up.
Bouchard right around the net. And here's Arvidsson right toward the wing. He'll set it over to Bouchard on the backhander, miss wide. Rebound by Nugent Hopkins again to Brown. And Brown will have it. A swing to Ekholm. Ekholm stumbles up, rebound by Stone, and here's Brendan Saad. Matthias Ekholm with a poke check. Down to a final minute.
There's only 1 minute remaining in the third period.
He rolls to Nugent Hopkins. Swing over to Ekholm. Back behind the back is Brown. Brown shot. Misses off. It's tight. And this one is on the pad again by Aiden Hill. Aiden Hill will stop him with only 47.3 seconds in the third. Moving down the 30-second mark. 14:20 over 3:50 for the Edmonton Oilers. Now the win for Nugent Hopkins. Down to 45 seconds remaining in the third. And with Cole Zartine, he'll finish it off one last time with the Golden Knights as he passed to Pearson. A looking play, trying to get to Jack Eichel, but saved by Skinner. And a big knockdown here. Janmark. It's back to Jack Eichel. He'll send it over. On a shot blocked by Anderson. Final vote. And that will do it. Last play, save made by Skinner. And he'll cover up with only 13 seconds remaining in the third period. For the home, for the win, and that will be the Edmonton Oilers. Last chance here for the Golden Knights. They might just be able to have it back, or not. As Leon Draisaitl wins the face-off, and that will do it. The Edmonton Oilers have clinched 2 games in a round, and they're heading to the conference finals for the first time. And that will do it. Vegas
And that's going to end the
finished for
regulation.
season,
Your final score,
as now the
Edmonton Oilers 10 and the
advances.
Vegas Golden Knights
Well,
6
it's been a big play
in round
afterward.
2
I'm
of the
gonna
Stanley
say
Cup
Jet
playoffs
Skinner,
of Game
He
5.
had a great season with that, and now you always know that you got to play it smarter.
I've always got to agree on this one. To admit it, it won't be better than that. Well,
Vegas
folks, I hope you
fans,
all enjoyed
thank
this
you for
one with
joining
the
us here
second
for
round
our
as we have come to
postseason
conclude this
advantage.
one.
As
And
we look
we
forward,
go
you're
first
heading
to the
back to
conference
next
finals
season with the
soon.
team
We'll
for
see what happens with the next
2025
part of
to
each
26
game. As the
season.
Oilers will face
Get your
against the
tickets
Dallas
now here on
Stars
the
by
website
one game
at
in Dallas.
thegoldenknightstickets.com and secure your seats in for our next upcoming games. Have a great evening and see you next season.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Time for 3-star players in the game. The third star player, the Edmonton Oilers, brings Zach Hyman, but it was only Stuart Skinner that made well with a great save that he makes out all incountable. Then, the second star player of the game goes to Leon Draisaitl with 2 goals to assist in 5 hits. He only made this one with a big tipper to give it over from Jeff Skinner. And your first star player of the game, 3 goals in a row, goes to Zach Hyman with 3 goals, 1 assist, and 6 hits.
And now let's have a look at the total statistics. 88 over 49, total shots on goal for Edmonton. 108 over 84 hits for Vegas. 1421 over 402 for Edmonton. 91 over 79 for the passing percentage for Vegas Golden Knights. 35 face-off wins for Edmonton. 2-minute penalty kills and no power play goal for Edmonton Oilers, which only remains 2 minutes.
Well, folks, that's it for now. And if you'll be joining us here for the next game, the conference finals will be here soon once this is completed for the NBA, and we'll have 1 game on each side of the day.
Don't miss out. The Devils, as they already lost that one, the Capitals face against the Florida Panthers. And then the next day, we'll see the Dallas Stars facing against the Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Texans. That'll be a great matchups here to see what's going in.
Along with me and my broadcast partner, I'm Terry Crews.
And Roy Cruz, thank you for watching for this part of the game of the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs.
With that being said, we'll see you next time for as a while as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports Style.
Thank you for joining us, and have a great night in Vegas. Until we see you next season.
Good night, everybody, and thanks for watching.
If you don't, somebody will.